Forward head posture can create these three problems, starting with thoracic outlet syndrome. TOS is defined as having pain in the shoulders and the arms thanks to compression on the nerves and the blood vessels within the shoulder region. So how is this related to forward head posture? It's because the same muscles that are giving you bad posture are the same muscles that are compressing on your nerves and blood vessels. Take your scalenes and your sternocleidomastoid, for example. Both these muscles will shorten and get tightened thanks to overuse, and when they do, they will pull the head forward, creating forward head posture. But guess what? The nerves and blood vessels that go into your shoulder and get compressed also come through these muscles, which means if these muscles get tight, not only are they going to pull the head forward, but they're also going to create compression on those nerves and blood vessels, leading to TOS-like pain. So what does this mean for you? It means if you want to get rid of your TOS pain fast and even improve your forward head posture, then you need to start off by releasing the tight muscles and even the fascia around the SCM and the scalenes. So what does this mean for you? It means if you want to fix your thoracic outlet syndrome or your forward head posture, then start off by massaging out the muscles creating that compression. By starting here, you will not only release the tight muscles creating that pain in the first place, but you're also going to loosen up all the fascia around the muscles and the nerves and blood vessels that most people ignore. If you want to learn how to massage these different muscles, then click on the video popping up in the corner. But this now brings me into my second problem, and that is forward head posture can create upper back pain. Pain in your upper back is most likely caused by muscles getting stretched out and getting tight, but it's not necessarily because they are weak. Whenever you have one muscle shortening, like the scalenes and the SCM, that means another muscle somewhere in the body has to be lengthening at the same time. And those muscles are located in the upper back, which is why you're always feeling your pain there. Now, if you're still not sure what I mean, then check out this analogy. Looking at this tent, you have one side that's shorter with a pole leaning to the shortened side of the ropes. This right here is technically your forward head posture, with the shortened ropes with a bunch of knots in it being your sternocleidomastoid and your SCM, and the stretched out side being your upper back muscles. And if you take a look at your posture in this way, you can begin to see how it can quickly create that pain. It's not the tightness in the back that is necessarily the main issue, it's just what's causing the pain. What's creating that pain, though, is the shortened muscles in the front of the body, the shortened ropes here with all the knots in it. This is why, again, it's important to massage out the muscles first to get rid of those knots and those fascia restrictions. But then, in order to make sure that pain doesn't return, you have to then strengthen and shorten the rope on the other side, the muscles in the upper back. In order to fix your pain, it's not a one-step process, it's a multi-step process here. You can't just strengthen the upper back because you still have the knots in the front. And you can't just loosen the knots in the front because then there's no tension anywhere else, especially in the back where you need it. You need to first loosen the bad tension and then build out new tension. And of course, I have to plug this in. If that made any sense, then make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. But now that that's out of the way, let's move into the third issue that forward head posture can create, and that is issues within your spine. Just like how you saw in the tent analogy, your spine is going to get bent in one direction, which then creates all sort of kinks and more wear and tear on one side versus the other. This is how you end up with arthritis on one side of the joint or the spine versus the other. Because there's more wear and tear on that side versus the other due to more tension. And on top of that, I think a lot of us already know that just having a forward head posture is going to add more weight. The farther your head goes, the more your spine has to handle. And we can actually see this with several studies. Like this first one that showed corrective exercise programs for forward head posture helped relieve the pain and improve the function in the nerves coming from C6 and C7. Very common problem with a lot of people with forward head posture. But it's not just the spine up in the cervical region, it's also your lumbar spine that takes a blunt force from your forward head posture. And again, we have a study that shows a strong relationship between your forward head posture and having something like lower back pain. The more your head goes forward, the more your body just has to take the brunt force of it. And again, that's how you add more stress to the body and the joints. So again, what does all this mean? It means if you have issues in your upper back, in the spine, or even your lower back, then it might be directly related to your forward head posture. If you want to learn how to check your own posture and how to see which muscles are tight and which muscles are weak, then make sure to click on the video popping up in the corner. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.